Right, morning everyone. I was gonna say it was nice to have spring here, but yeah, it's 2 degrees and it's pissing down now. So we've been getting on with a bit of spring work. We've been out fencing and we've got well, today we've got a couple of things coming today. Got a little machine coming on demo. I won't say what that is yet. So I'll do another video on that one when it gets here. It'll certainly improve a job, make it a lot easier. Sometime this morning we've got a new molasses tank coming, so I'll hopefully get a bit of footage of that coming. So first things first, 400 plus mouths to feed. They're waiting for the breakfast, so we'll make a start with that. Telepart has been warming up 10 minutes, TM in front of me. So as always, I'll get these girls fed. Got something coming on demo. If you want to have a guess of what that might be, just drop a comment below, see if you can figure that out. So this morning we've got a new molasses tank coming. See that tank there in front of us? That's the one we're using at the moment, which is a 10-ton one. We've got a 32-ton molasses tank on its way, so we can get a full artic loading in one visit instead of 10 ton at a time. And then that tank that we've got now, the 10-ton one, we're going to plumb it up for water, and then we can put water in the mix in the summer when it's getting a bit dry. So if the rations are getting a bit dry in the summer, we add water to it, and we usually fill a bucket with water on front of the teleporter and tip it in, but it'll be a lot easier if we can have that tank full. The new tank is coming with a spout set up next door to the old tank, so we can just drive under them both and put water and molasses in the same visit. So what I normally do is just drive under my spout here and park her up here. This will put maize in, then I put silage in, then put molasses in, the next ingredient. There's the heifer group. We have a thing on this box called TMR tracker. So I'll just enter my group and then the numbers I want to feed. So the first ingredient is maize. So 1,300 kilos for 90 cows on this one. Now the beauty of that box there, the TMR tracker, is the recipes are all programmed into the box via a USB stick, and then I enter the number of cows I want to feed, and it works it out how much of everything I've got to put in. Once I've reached my target weight with the maize, it will change over to silage. It's a brilliant thing, like, if I come on a morning, I go around and push all the silage up from the day before first, and if you think there's one group they haven't cleaned up as much as you would like, you just lower your numbers per head, and you can quite easily just feed them a bit less. And it always remembers what you've fed from day to day, so you always know what numbers you've done the day before. And when the demo machine comes, I'll do a video on that separate, because I think it's worth its own video, really, that one. But I think the machine that is coming won't be the one that we would buy. The one that's coming is the biggest one they have. They haven't got the size that we would want. But it will give us a good idea just to how they work, how good they are, if they're any good at all. That is coming, I think she has a price tag of 19,000, which is an awful lot of money for what it's going to do, I think. some years ago when we looked at one, they were £10,000. But anyhow, I'll do a video on that when it comes, a separate video to this one. And I don't think any of you will be able to guess what it is. I'm pretty confident on that. Miserable day it is now. Actually a bit of sleety, snowy shit coming down now. We had a couple of lovely days at the beginning of the week. It was sunny, it was 12, 13, 14 degrees, it was grand. And now it's turned to shit again. Right, so pop in here now, I'll get crimped wheat. I should have rolled wheat, but we have an issue with that department at the moment, as you know. As you know, in a previous video, the sweep auger in the bottom of the grain tower broke. So we were getting on fairly well getting the car now. And then a week or two after that, the auger that fills our hopper above the rollers, the corn rollers, it destroyed itself. So then we decided we were going to have a revamp in there. So we used to roll the corn straight into a mill and mix, but we've took the mill and mix out, because we were rolling the corn into that. We weren't actually mixing anything in it. And then you'd have to turn the mill on, the mill and mix on, and another auger to empty that onto the floor, so I could put it in these mixes. So we've ripped out the mill and mix. We'll keep that, and it might come in useful for somewhere else sometime. We've turned our hopper around and mounted the corn rollers straight below that, and then we'll roll the corn straight onto the floor. So I'll show you that in a minute. I'll just get me bucket full of blend. And in front of me here we used to have a little bay to the right for the blend and a little bay to the left for the rolled wheat or barley, which was just big enough to get this little bucket in. But we've ripped them out. And opened that bay up and put some big blocks in. big concrete, almost like Lego blocks, made a wall. Just having a complete rehash in there. So you see there, that's the mill and mix that we've took out. We used to roll the corn into that and then auger it out of there onto the floor just here. So I've extended the height of that wall there so I can get the pipe lifted up, get more blend out. We put this wall in, these concrete blocks. Now these big ones, this big one here with the 6 knobbly bits on, they weigh 1.5 ton, and these smaller ones with a 4, they weigh half a ton. So then we've turned that hop around, so if the day comes we need to fill that with a JCB in a bucket, we can fill that. The roller is mounted underneath it, and it's just going to drop the corn straight down here onto the floor, which should make things an awful lot better. Now back 20 yards because I need to get tight over to the fence to get round this corner. It's a tight little corner, this one. recipe is complete. And I've dished out 4.5 ton. fairly well. Until the 531 was no longer running. Yeah, I was just spitting out a mix. I had it parked up, the shear grab full, ready for my next load. I walked over to it and it wasn't running. I thought, oh, that's quick. I must have turned it off. I could have sworn it was running. So I jumped in it and there was a buzzer going, dashboard was all lit up red, picture of the engine on screen and an error code. I think it was PO 25300, I think the code was. So I rang Paxton's and they got back to me and they said it's the fuel pump or the filters. So they're gonna come out. They're gonna come out and have a look at the fuel pump. See what it's up to. So it's just abandoned there where it stopped this morning. So I'm just finishing off feeding up. Just feeding the dry cows, then I'm all done. So I'll just spit a bit down on that bottom pen. This pen full's alright, plenty there. I'll just top these ones up. Into this little passageway there. It's just this first pen there that I'm gonna give this little bit to. Little bit tight getting in this one. feeding up done for the morning eventually. Right, so you'll have seen from that bit of footage there that the molasses tank has come. I've just put a bit on there of me lifting the framing, but unfortunately by the time we started lifting the tank on the top, the wagon with an IAB on it, it was too dark to film, so I didn't get any footage of that unfortunately, but it has arrived. And if I just pan up, I'm stood underneath it. So I'll move out here and we'll turn round and we'll have a look in a minute. So there we are. 32 tonne versus 10 tonne. And you see there's a fair size difference. So we'll now be getting Arctic loads of 30, probably 30 tonne. Whereas we were just getting 10 tonne in that small one. And I believe what I was told, in 2 years this one, what it saved on haulage will have paid for itself in 2 years. So it just took a bit of getting up there. The IAB that came, the lad who brought it, he'd picked it up, but he wasn't told quite how big and heavy it was. And his IAB only just did it. Just. It was right on the point of his IAB cutting out because of the weight. The concrete wasn't quite level. It's old concrete, so we haven't sort of prepared a place for it. So we had to put a pad under that one and welded 3 plates together there and made that difference up. And same at this end, one in that corner, one in that corner, and the 2 middle ones sat down alright. A little bit different setup on the valves on this one. See, this one, you just pull this lever and it's got a flap. There's a little flap up in there which just opens and shuts, which things don't quite line up, so you just got to be careful that you get it centered properly. But this one, which side I can see, this one has come with a gate on it, the same as a slurry tanker, that one there. It's got a main valve there, the sight glass. See another valve here for the tanker driver to shut off. And you got a big handle. And just have to do that to open it. So yeah, 32 tonne capacity of that. Right, so I think just to finish this video off, and it hasn't quite gone to plan because of the time it came, but we'll just have a look at the silage situation now we've got to March. So this silage pit last year was the first cut pit, which is now full of muck. We emptied this about the middle of December, and we've not been able to get the muck took away because it's not dry enough. And this middle pit, which we've yet to start, this will be used in the summer. This one is third cut, and right at the very back there's whole crop. We've yet to start that one. And the biggest pits of them all, this is the biggest one over here. We started mixing this in with the first cut in about the middle of December, second week, something like that in December. And we were out here somewhere when it was full. I know there wasn't a lot of room to get reversed into that passageway with a mixer wagon. It'll be somewhere out here. This is second cut in here. This half here to the back wall is second cut. Just here, that's second cut. If I move across to this side, I think if I'm right, you see this line runs up there. Everything is to the left of that line is second cut, and I believe we're not sure now, we lose track of what we've put in where. This is we either put first cut in 2019 in here, and this side to the right of that line is what's left, or it's 2019 second cut. I just can't remember what it was now. If I just walk down the side of it, you'll see, we'll just see how much we've got left. We'll see we've gone a fair way from out here somewhere to there since the middle of December. There won't be a vast amount left. I was guessing it would see us out till the end of April. Because we'll soon be at the highest point. Oh dear. Oh dear. Bugger me. We'll soon be at the highest point up there, and then it'll drop away to nothing pretty quick. You see, it slopes away quite quick. So there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4.5 10-foot bays left. I think they're about 10 foot. Seven foot actually, that 7 foot. So it's about gone. You can see there, just a line down there. That was last year's, and this is 2019's at this side. Slurry lads have been in, had 2 days pumping. Got it down a bit because it was down there. It was just starting to run over top. But another day or two and it was going to be over. You can see where the top of the crust is. Well, I reckon that'll about do for this video. Probably bored you guys enough, I reckon. But I have seen a couple of videos. People are starting to get a bit of fertiliser on. But we have no hope of that yet. Far too wet still. Far too wet. Even when we had them good frosts, the land still wouldn't have carried us. So I shall, Saturday afternoon now, so I'll go get on with pushing my cows round. Hope you've enjoyed that one. Hadn't bored you too much, and we'll catch you on the next one.